Alright, hello everyone. I'm going to be starting out tonight with the WZ132A. Tonight I'll be playing solo, like pretty much most Sundays go. Feel free to request any tanks. I currently have, a few requests already, but I can still take, about the same amount additional requests here. Alright, not exactly the best map for this thing, but I'll try to make it work. It's nice to see a lot of you guys are here already. Which, couple changes, not anything drastic, but Fussbot updated the chatbot here between the last stream and this stream. More or less, changes are gambling. I know a lot of you guys like to do it. Basically, they dropped it from a 50% to a 48% chance of winning. Nothing I can do about that. It's, code it into the chatbot. They also added in Streamlabs support to where it can automatically credit people for tipping. I have that disabled just because you'd have to identically match your username to what's on YouTube. I know a couple of you guys like to change names up, so I'll still manually assign them. However, for every Streamlabs tip, if it works, oh god, that was a little bit off. Everyone in the chat should get a little bit of coins added on. I think it's something like 5 per dollar tipped for everybody in the chat, and that's just for Streamlabs. Very soon it looks like they're going to be adding Discord support to where basically the bot will work in and out, with Discord, our Discord channel. So that'll be pretty fun to mess around with. Trying to think if there's any other change, but yeah, I'm not sure. Which is, since I'm playing light here for my first match, oh god, I'm still spotted. Gonna be a little bit difficult for me to talk here as far as reading the chat. Kind of stupidly pushed out there. I shouldn't have, because the gun depression on this thing isn't exactly top notch. I was trying to damage him. There we go. I kept hitting him in the turret. Yeah, I liked it when it was 50-50, that way it's fair for you guys, but yeah, a lot of people whined and complained to the person that developed Fussbot, and they won at like 30% chance of winning. He did 48, just to, I guess, appease the people that wanted to, not to say screw over their viewers, but you know what I mean. Which, nice to see you guys, quite a few of you. Hello, Uber, Rich, John, Ashton, Keith, Graham, Heinrich. There's a few more of you, probably Dana. If I missed anybody, hello to you too. It's kind of glanced over, but thank you very much for tipping the dog. I see you, Uber. For whatever reason, I guess the coin sound isn't working right now. I have to try to fix it. I kind of hastily was switching some things in OBS, so I probably just screwed something up a little bit. Levi has a new position for his webcam. Not in the spot I necessarily want to put it in, but hopefully in a couple more streams I'll have it set up where I want it to be. Yeah, I was about to say, today, I solo. I try my best to, stick with specifically what I'm either I'm soloing or platooning, just because I don't want anyone to get, feel like I'm, just platooning with certain people and, feel left out, more or less. I'm just gonna sit on the cap here. I could I could just dive in there, but I'd rather catch up with chat and talk with you guys. But hello Panzer, I'm doing pretty well. Hopefully you're doing good as well. Alright, let me see if I can... There we go, that worked. I just had to refresh it there. That should be working again. Say Levi's kind of, I can hear him whining, waiting for his first tip. So thank you Uber for tipping him. It's nice to see you, Abdul, and a nice cuppa. But I will tip the dogs. Let me get queued up the Strub 103B here. Say the... Uh-oh, I'm almost out of little treats. I got plenty of other ones, but... See how, hopefully this works, the other webcam here. Hello, dog. You guys haven't seen anything from this view before. Ryan's probably gonna kill me because my cord isn't exactly long enough. But hi. Now you can see him whining in full view, waiting for his tips here. Alrighty then, so the Strub 103B. Hello Matt, nice to see you. Which the stream should pop back up here. It just had a little bit of a hiccup, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. So yeah. What do you mean, Noodle, as far as the YouTube policy? I haven't seen anything change. Alright, I do not want to go that way. I see two 183s. I do not want to head that way. I will die. I saw there's one already, so I was gonna try to fight kind of off of that area. Great, this guy is just gonna sit out in the open. I will gladly start taking his HP off. Hello, Slow Speedy M23, nice to see you guys. Request a tank on the website? What do you mean by that, Panzer? I was about to say there's nowhere on WoT Guru to request anything. Do you want to request something off of, you know, when I'm not streaming here? It's either Discord or kind of wait for the stream. I don't have any other methods. It's like I check my email for WoT Guru, but not exactly every single day. Just because I'm not really updating it right now very frequently until 9.20 comes out and changes everything again. I feel like I just spent like, I don't even know how many hours updating my guides when they changed lights, SPGs, and a bunch of other tanks even before that, to where now I'm gonna be doing the same old thing all over again. It should be fine. I can bounce him, but who knows what else is going to be up here, and is this T-34 going to help me or not? Probably not. We'll see. The tank request list doesn't have anywhere to input anything, Panzer. It's just, you know, it's just a list with all my tanks listed. If you had to request stuff, you either request it on Discord, there's a specific channel for it, or in the chat here. Hello, Dingo. Yep. He knows where to shoot me. No fair. Hopefully we can kill him now, but I'm a little bit concerned I'm gonna get hit by something, yeah, like that. I am very glad that I pulled backwards. Granted, if I was already right now, I don't care what kind of lightly armored tank I have a shot on, I would be chucking shells like there's no end on the group of tanks down there. Do more damage for your team and you stun multiple tanks. That's kind of what you need to do as an SPG. Pulling away is not in his best interest right there. Further he moves away, easier it is for me to hit him. Which this SPG is getting really annoying. But at this point, since I have low HP, I'm just gonna pull back to a point where I won't be spotted anymore. Oh, I saw that. He was trying to use me as cover. Yeah. Don't know what good that's gonna do him when he can't shoot anything. Not very good driving backwards. Granted, I'm used to driving the frickin' Udes, and this thing, you know, it's not exactly as good when it comes to turning. We really just need to push the north. Luckily, this Tiger 2 didn't shoot me, but my problem is I don't really have... Take a risk here. I don't really have a lot of help because they're not pushing, really. I'll set up here and hope that the Tiger 2 doesn't know where he can hit me, but already can just very easily splash me. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Fortunately, I only got one shot on him. He's... Mine, he burned out. Hello, Flame, and Rich B. Nice to see you. As I say, hopefully, you know, my OBS kind of dinked out for a second there if anybody got a little bit of like buffering or it looked like the stream cut out. I was messing with some settings, but didn't have a ton of time before the stream. I walked out back and I had about 30 minutes of picking blackberries. They all kind of ripened between yesterday and today. So I needed to deal with that before the birds or something else got to them. I'll say at this point, I probably will not take any more tank requests, just from what I see on chat and my request list. I think I have enough to where I won't be able to get through any more that are requested. See how HE does. Awesome, 514 damage. He's probably a little bit angry. Still not out of the woods yet. They still have two 183s and a Centurion, but yeah. Hello, Azul and Matthias from Brazil. Nice to see you. I just hope that our SPG, you know, not to say just blindly fire, but just freaking keep chucking shells at them. Hello, Jerry. Nice to see you. But yeah, after the requests that are currently in the chat, I won't be even adding them on because I won't get to them at this point. Alright. This is not exactly smart for me to do, but Oh, and yeah, that's why. Fortunately, I'm gonna try to dip down here. Here we go. He should have just hid. He might be aiming at me. Ooh, he's definitely aiming at me. Looked like his gun was pointed. There we go. Now it's pointed elsewhere. Like it looked like he was pointing elsewhere, and then he was staring directly at me there. Pretty decent match so far, though. 4,700 damage. Still 4,700 damage. Try to keep taking. Nah, I didn't hit him again. See, am I nice? No. I was like, am I nice and tall? No. Thank you very much, Heimer. And hello, Fix It. Nice to see you. Close up of my t-shirt? I will try to. I can't zoom in, unfortunately, with the camera. Either of them. I put the new one I bought over there, but yeah, I don't have zoom. They're kind of zoomed all the way in by default. Actually, my best match so far in the Streb 103B. High caliber Confederate Award at 4,700. Not the, I don't think the most amount of damage, but I was spotting a lot of my own damage, so helped me a little bit with the experience there. I tend to play the tier 9 and 10 Swedish TDs pretty aggressive, so worked out there. Let me catch up to the request here, since I won't be taking any more, since yeah, I have plenty at this point. But next up is going to be a grind. KV5, foreign, object 140, a 113, E44 100, Chrysler, Mutant, and an M44. Yeah, at this point I can't take any more requests. Hopefully I can get through all these. We shall see. Luckily I'm soloing tonight, so I will get a couple more matches than if I was platooning. But for a grind, let's hop into the AMX 1390 here. But as far as a close-up of my shirt, I think the easiest way to do that would just be for me to stretch me out here. It's essentially Minions impersonating what, Samuel L. Jackson and whoever the other person was in Pulp Fiction. I have some unique shirts. If anyone's interested, I get them off of, it's a website called designedbyhumans.com. It's pretty cool shirts. I haven't bought many in the past few years or couple years. Before then, it was like select, like limited amount of shirts on there you had to get voted on. They have a lot of stuff now. I'll say you have to weed through a lot of stuff to actually find some pretty cool shirts, because a lot of them are, they go for quantity over not to say quality, because the shirts are, I like them. They've held up. A lot of them are like 4 or 5 years at this point. But they just have a ton of designs that aren't exactly as unique as they used to be. As I say, the stream countdown probably died right before I got on, because it was working. Let's say I don't want to say out here, but I'll take a chance. John Travolta, there you go. Hello to Dave and For Free. And Rogo, nice to see you. Thank you very much, team, for letting that guy shoot me. But then again, we don't have anybody in C2, so I'm not too surprised he got a shot. I'll fix the countdown timer after this, but if it's never not working, I do have my stream schedule right up, or wherever it is, right up in the upper left-hand corner, to where, you know, I stream 7 to 9 EST time for night streams right now. Except for tomorrow. Mondays, typically I can go a little bit later. Tomorrow, most likely, will be one of those streams. Unless something happens and I have to work Tuesday. Don't think that'll be the case. Ouch, this is gonna suck. Luckily, though, he doesn't have a ton of HP. Yeah, Game of Thrones tonight. I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna watch it. Just because if I watch it, basically I only get like 4.5 hours of sleep, but I might do it. You know, it's either that or Ryan and I won't watch it until like Tuesday or so. Okay, I went a little bit too far there. Why can't you pop out again? A little bit more. Overall accuracy of lights are, especially the French ones here, it leaves a little bit to be desired, but they're not exactly meant for sniping. The gun handling is good, however the overall accuracy at its best point is pretty bad. Mine Pro, if I had to guess, like maybe, I don't know, like 5,000-6,000, just because if you just power grind to it, it's a lot less. It has there's a ton of different factors in it. Whether or not you have a premium account, use free experience, just grind one line, premium tanks, you know. I gotta say, I've kind of accepted my fate at this point. I know we're gonna lose. Trying to get a little bit more. Kill me. A little bit more damage here, because really, mountain pass in a light tank just sucks if your team doesn't help you. Because what am I gonna do? Push out there? Like, we had no tanks with armor. We had a Leopard prototype. The WZ-120 had the most armor on our team, or a Ferdinand. So, yeah, made the best of that, but unfortunately was not. Thank you very much, Azul, for tipping Levi again here. But up next is an Oni. Hello, Heiny Taco. I don't know if that's Heinrich or not, but hello, Biohazard and Green Leaf. Hello, dog. He's like a biscuit. Are you happy? You gonna wiggle your tail for that? I don't know if anybody recognizes what's in the bottom of the webcam over here. May or may not be Serb's face on that Christmas sweater. The best country? Honestly, Panzer, there's no best or worst country. It all depends on how long you've played the game and what exactly what kind of playstyle you like. But if you're talking, which thank you very much, Felt, for the subscription. If you're talking about like what's the easiest country to play, I'd go with the Americans, and then after that, Russia, Germany, just because you have a wide selection of tanks. And then Japanese, specifically the heavies, come after the original three. Yeah, the frog is still alive. I was trying to fix the countdown timer, but I ran out of real estate here. I'll turn and fix it again. It just the reason it wasn't working was I had to restart. There we go. I had to restart the bus spot to get the new Streamlabs integration to work. But yeah, the frog it's still kicking. He's using the derp gun. Would have thought my team could have spotted him, but they're hiding a little bit too much here. We have almost the entire team over here, and yet we are not capable of pushing past the F line. I'm gonna try to push out here. It's just I don't have too much faith now because they are basically in our base. It's just we can't 100% not push anywhere and expect great results. Yeah, I was trying to shoot through the building, but he, whether he knows it or not, is preventing me from doing that. I just hope he doesn't learn that he can shoot through those windows. But yeah, our team is just getting torn to shreds here. Uh-oh, there's an SU-100. Why? I actually wanted him to throw premium at me because there's less pen on his premium round. Yeah, I'm a little screwed here. Did 17 to 100 damage somehow, but yeah, our team has literally not killed anybody. Didn't push the other flank, and they all hid right in this corner. Good job, guys. Oh my god. And that's where you just kind of grin, bear it, and move on. I got my HP's worth in damage, and that's alright with me in a match like that. Alright, so I'm not gonna, for these grind ones, I'm just gonna keep kind of going down the list here. I'm not gonna play something twice for a grind during the stream, just to keep things fresh a little bit. 800 kilobit or kilobytes a second bio? Not really. I wouldn't say. That's pretty slow. Today's game. Which, sorry bio, I can't always respond right away. Do my best and I answer everything. You just might have to wait a minute. I was about to say, a crayfish, yeah. From what I know about crayfish, it'll probably... nah, I think it'll die if it's straight out salt water. Hello, Enor, it's nice to see you. Alright. I'll try a spot here, but... I guess I'll try. this. There's a T-54 lightweight going on the other flank, and the people over here, as you see, are hugging the edge of the map, which is not a good sign. I can spot half their team here. However, nobody can actually shoot them because they're too far away. I'm definitely not gonna hold the forest by myself. Okay, I will, Victor. Bio, as far as internet stuff, like, if it's lower than what is advertised, something is either wrong on your end or your providers. I'm not tech support, but 800 kilobits a second is definitely low. That's all I can really answer. Handling again. Unfortunately, with this map, my team is camping the corner, and you know they're not camping the other side. That's just how that plays out. But actually getting shots in this thing is going to be difficult because I can't really fight close up. I was hoping I'd fight in the forest and kind of peek here or there and get shots, but yeah. Poor crayfish. As I say, I've heard of crayfish living in like somewhat brackish water, but never salt water. Hello, old school. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Just rocking back and forth in a light tank keeps me from doing something stupid. If you guys ever wonder why I literally just rock back and forth sometimes. If I sit somewhere too long, I get antsy and I jump out somewhere stupid. This looks dumb, but I'm going to try to get to different flank here. I might end up dying if this. Never mind. They got the 183. Let's say if the Ferdinand aims my way, but I was looking just to finish off. That way, our flank over on that side would just be able to push right through. But not exactly the best match for me here, but all right amount of damage as far as what I did in my role. Fortunately, if this guy gets out of my way, this thing is, you know, the French lights easily rack up damage here. Awesome. That was a snapshot, if there ever was one. I really like the four-round autoloaders. They have the right amount of burst damage and downtime in between. It doesn't feel super long to reload. Trying to catch him. He might have kept running away, but honestly I think he hiding behind a bush over there. Could be wrong. Just if I can get a little bit more damage I'd be happy, but why you all gotta be shooting at me, huh? And he got me. Oh well. Hello, Ilona. And Jack, nice to see you. But, got 1300 damage and assist. Not too shabby, which I'm just gonna wait for the end here. Next up's another grind, so if I'm not mistaken, that'll probably be like the Leopard prototype. Check my email, Victor. I was about to say, I don't see anything in it, unless you're talking about my Wakuru email. I can check that if you mean that. If you're talking about my personal one, I didn't receive anything. Hello, 2K, nice to see you. But next up's a grind, so... No, I don't have the leopard one yet. I don't have, I don't have credits, but mainly I have a lot of experience still left to grind. I just finished the Strive 103B, E50M, WZ132A grinds, but can't finish them all at once. Let's see here. Sometimes they, honestly, they don't send a email. Let's just log in here. Okay, this actually, hopefully it logs me in automatically. I have everything. There we go. It pops up on the website. Thank you very much, Victor, for the gift shop package. That'll help me out with. I am now comfortable with credits for the next tank I need to buy. By the time I'm finished my next grind, it'll make it a lot easier hopping into the next one. I don't know which one it's gonna be. Like, I have the leopard one, the Sheridan, AMX 13105, AMX 30, WZ 111-5A now, WZ 132-1. I have a lot of tanks I'm grinding, but I'm gonna give it until, you know, maybe a few more days and see which one is kind of the closest, and then I'll kind of not power grind it, but focus on that first and knock off another tank from the list. But thank you very much again for the gift. I'll make sure to credit you some Levi biscuits after the stream here. Awesome. Got some nice juicy spotting damage and he's gone. This doesn't always pay off as far as, you know, playing this aggressive, but I do it anyway. You guys see me use this spot a lot. It's just sometimes with wargaming, it doesn't always send me a notification. I've had it before where people have gifted me stuff and, you know, a day or so passes and they're like, hey, did you get it? And I log on and, you know, it's sitting there. I don't know why they don't always send it out, but it's a little bit annoying. I wish I could see their base again. If somebody could spot the PZ4. But I actually need to pop back here to hit this STA2. If I can get him out, it'll make it a little bit easier for me. I'm just trying to get out of range from the base here. Make it a little bit easier for me to pop into the town, because then I'd be comfortable with trying to help out with these heavies. Nice. Scorpion G sitting out in the open. I'll pop him just to... Awesome, he's almost dead. RU-251 is just it's a little bit too close for comfort. Hello, Denja. Yeah, no more Wooloo. There's actually, there's a few people who used to play that game, Shattered Galaxy. Yeah, kind of a conversation came up of like, if we could like bring the game back or something, because apparently the company, it's still up, the servers for it. The company finally stopped taking people's subscriptions to where, you know, people could still pay to play the game essentially, even though it was free to play. Like this game was free to play and paid subscription way back in the early 2000s. The game honestly was ahead of its time, but there's one person making a kind of a remake of it. Not exactly the same, but it'll be interesting to see if it ever sees the light of day. I'd honestly love to where if I could purchase the rights to the game and kind of own it outright, but thank you very much, Dana, for rewarding everyone some biscuits. Hello, Carl. It's so far decent. Probably gonna die, but what the hell. Which, good news. Like I brought it up before, to where YouTube is adding in custom emojis and also sponsorships, kind of like Twitch subscriptions, sometime this year. Good news is that kind of what the YouTube developers have said is when basically they're getting ready to roll it out, I'm more or less, not to say like a surefire lock-in to get it first when they add more people in, but more or less I'll get first crack at it. Excuse me. So what that means for you guys is, you know, there'll be, you know, another way to where if you want to tip me, but in this sense, excuse me, you get custom emojis and stuff out of it. I plan on making like a few for Levi and maybe like an Alabama one. Who knows? Maybe a lumberjack one, since you guys always make fun of me for knocking trees down. You know, I could pretty much make anything that I can fiddle around in Photoshop for long enough in. Ah, luckily I survived. Should be able to get him. There we go. Debatable, yeah. Very debatable if I was gonna survive that. Pretty good match though. 3,191 damage, 3,200 assists. Probably will be my best match so far. And muchamajig. Which, hello, Steve Pardue, nice to see you again. I know, I'm getting all choked up. Hey, stop whining. There's no whining. But it's just interesting. There's a lot of changes, you know, I would say by the end of like fall. That's actually not my best match. Which thank you again, Victor, for the gift shop package. For the golden credits. If you thought the difference between last year's stream quality and this year, end of this year should be pretty cool. But Master Badge First Class, surprisingly not the most amount of damage. I wasn't surprised, but I thought I'd get experience because of assist, but not shabby at all. Alright, so the next tank up here is the PZ-34. Thank you very much, Azul, for the tip on Streamlabs. Thank you very much. Dog. I was gonna say, hopefully, it's a tier 6 match, we'll see. But, I'm gonna try my best, Grigsby. I'm wondering when, Ryan will get home here. Usually she gets home earlier today than other days. Wonder if it'll be like last stream and she forgets to bring dinner home. That's alright, Azul. Thank you very much, for the tip. Honestly, anything, I appreciate it. If it's 2 cents or, not to say $1 million, every little bit, is a kind gesture. And with the support, I'm slowly, like, at this point, a few of you guys, or more than a few, I guess, at this point, have asked if I can do, like, it would have to be in the fall and winter when I actually have time to do, say, like a cooking stream, essentially. Currently, I have a camera for it. I just need to, more or less, the other obstacle is, like, we're not going to have our kitchen renovated, but it's at least presentable. Basically is the connection between the two, which involves me going back under the house, which I'm not doing in the summer. But in the fall, I'm perfectly fine with it. Running and connecting a USB cord over to the kitchen, not going to be hard. I guess I have to run it over there. I have all the holes ready for it. Thank you very much, Lobobo, for the tip. I kind of figured something like that. Well, thank you again, Azul. I'm actually hopefully working on... Is there nothing going to be... Blah, I'm getting tongue-tied here again. Nothing's going to be, like, out of this world crazy, but Levi, he's the chat mod here. He has his own YouTube channel. I might post up a couple little, like, video clips I have of him. Just, something interesting, because a lot of you guys like Levi over myself. But we usually have, like, little videos of him, like, ripping apart boxes and playing and whatnot, but I might post some of them up someday. I just actually have to get them off of my phone. Right. I wasn't sitting there at all. I don't want to go into our house in the summer because more or less our... Oh lord. Hot as balls. Humid. And we don't have a ton of like bugs or stuff under there, but it's so... I'm gonna die. It's so dry under our house, which, is a good thing, that in the summer I would just literally probably choke to death and die. But like everything's a crawl space around here, so I have like a little jumpsuit I wear to go under the house. But yeah, I'd like to not do that in the summer. They did when we replaced our heating and air in the summer, and the guys, they're like, it's really nice and clean down here, as far as like, it's not like spiders jumping out of the ceiling at them or the bottom of the floor. But they're like, damn, if this is not like one of the hardest places we've ever worked in. It's like God, I guess got stunned. Waiting. Come on, KV1. Help. I'm eventually going to get flanked, but our KV1 just needs to take one for the team, or our bishop needs to hit them. Awesome. I am one-shottable. Alright, I will take a gamble here, but I'm going to head back to base, because... Yeah, knock down some trees here too. If my cooking was a tank, what tank would it be? P100 LT, because it looks like a pancake. Possibly. You guys can vote again for dinner if she forgets and we get something out. Because I'm definitely not cooking tonight. I don't know if she wants to make anything or not. Probably not. Well, yeah, as far as encapsulating, I thought about it, but honestly, it's a lot of money that I'd like to spend elsewhere, and I did not get lucky there. Awesome. Hopefully he dies, though. I did not think he was going to push like that, but our VK obviously didn't check off. Yeah. I was hoping he was going to miss me. I should have just kept going, but sorry it wasn't the best match in the world here, Grigsby, but at the very least it's a close one. I don't know what the VK is doing. I really hope we win this, though. But more or less, like, not as bad as I make it seem, honestly. Like, I won't go under my parents' house, and, you know, everything's a crawl space here, since it's just the way the soil is. Basements don't make sense when basically the water table's as high as it is, because, you know, we're surrounded by ocean. Very close on all sides. But somewhere down the road, let's see, I need to get my next tank up, the 110. That's something to where I plan on tidying it up a little bit down the road myself, because half of it's done, but the old part of the house isn't. Teach Levi to cook. Hello, Wicket Power, nice to see you. Honestly, Levi is extremely good at begging. As I was picking, like, I have a whole sheet pan in my kitchen of blackberries right now that just ripened. He's just sitting there begging me for berries when I was picking them. He probably got like 10 of them. I give him the ones that they're not bad, but the bugs bite them and they kind of turn white instead of being black around the whole thing. That's the amount of cooking he has, is being my blackberry taste tester. Blackberries and raspberries. Don't have anything else growing aside from we have poblano peppers, but they're a few weeks away. What tier do I think people give up on? Tier 1 or tier 2? I would say about 90% of the people that play the game give up on. Not even joking. Wargaming knows it, and each patch, you know, they never go all in for whatever reason, but they really need to improve low tiers, which is why you keep seeing like little new player improvements, but it's not going far enough in my opinion. Thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. I'm gonna say one of these days I'll get an ace tanker in that for you. But, you know, it's a fun tank to play. Do I know anything about Argentinian meat? Most I know about Argentina as far as their cuisine is they really freaking like just eating gigantic pieces of meat, primarily just plain grilled as far as what I know. Won't say I know much about the cuisine. I'm pretty sure, don't you guys eat... I forget the name of it. Essentially gigantic guinea pigs. I forget the name of them. It's not guinea pigs, but... Happy Barrows? I forget the name of those things. Okay. Chrysler, you're my shield here. But yeah, the most I know is that Argentina, you know, has a very, not say, I don't know, thriving or not, but they basically do a lot of cattle and stuff like that. As far as, that's the most I can say without just making stuff up. What is it, like the gauchos or something? Yes, there you go. Well, horses, yeah. But People in the... I don't know if they actually eat horse there, but... Yeah, the little cute animals. They do look cute, whatever their name is. Honestly, though, like... Not to say I'd eat anything, but, like, say, like, guinea pigs or what have you. You know, I don't see anything wrong with people eating them. The only thing I would draw the line on is dogs, cats, probably horses, just because, you know, they're so far domesticated, the 3 of them, that they're kind of past that stage in my opinion, but eh. I think Uber's the closest there on the name. Hello Amir, nice to see you. Banking on my team maybe being able to reset them, however, our IS-2 is just tried to snipe at the M12. Yeah. Thank you very much, the Ghost, for the tip. Alright, they put 2 on, so... Really, this is the only way I saw us getting anywhere, but unfortunately our team is... Yeah. I could have tried to push back. I don't think I would have made it though, which is why I went this way to get on a cap, because if they had reset and at least contested the cap, we'd have a shot, but oh well. Hello, Slothful. Oh, I saw that, the giant sloths. Little bide. Yeah. But that might have been a mistake for me to go cap, but at the point of me going there, getting past their T95 and Yag Tiger, wasn't confident in my team actually following me, because I would have just pushed directly to the base. Like, when people are on your capping, you gotta push and reset it, because there's no time to make up if you kind of wait. So the reason I went to their cap was, A, they had Artie, not that it looked like he was AFK, but I would have pushed back to our cap, died without accomplishing anything, and they wouldn't have reset anyway. So, oh well. Yeah, Dulce de Leche. Yeah, I know what that is. I've never eaten moose. I have eaten like plenty of deer, which somewhat comparable, but I've eaten, oh no, I've eaten, no, not moose, I've eaten elk. But hello Poser, nice to see you. But moose are pretty much, yeah, they're only in the very northern sections. I would say specifically in the central to northwest areas. Like honestly, like, even though like we're the only county in New Jersey that we had, last year was the highest total of bears ever in our county, which was a grand total of 1. Because they kind of track them in New Jersey. Like, as far as where I live, we have like deer, rabbits, like little animals, and then like I would say around my area, like within like 20-minute drive, there's like 2 small pack of coyotes that I can hear them because they run past my house, because all the woods are somewhat connected here all the way down to Cape May. They actually do make it to Cape May Point. They run across the bridge. My parents, it was pretty cool. You could see them running across the bridges some nights. Because my parents' house was pretty close to the bridge connecting Cape May the rest of... Okay, I'm just keeping an eye because I see the Lorraine 40T. I'm actually going to push ahead here because I'm not going to make it back. But, yeah. As far as wildlife goes here, most of the stuff that is wildlife for us is in the ocean. Don't sleep on the KV-5 here, enemy team. Not giving me enough credit here. Although now they're pushing and my team is not going to help me. Help, team. Help me. Fortunately, I cannot pin this guy. It's a pretty big problem. I was about to say I'd like to fall back, however this guy is actually doing a pretty damn good job at keeping me here. Lorraine's gonna kill me. Yeah. It's just, I tried to kind of get back. I might have been able to back up a little bit more, but at the very same time, yeah. All I needed was doink, one person right there, where I just clicked, but oh well. Time to move along to the Tauren. Oh, Perry? I am not platooning, nope. Hey, if you ever, I don't know if you're watching or not, but if you ever need to check if I'm platooning or not, all my stream schedules and the top right corner of the stream, it always says kind of what today's stream is, more or less. I do not think so on World of Tanks PC, Panzer, no. Maybe the Southeast Asia server has the, I forget what type of tanks, the anime tanks, even though it's not really anime, the Valkyrie Chronicles, but the rest of the servers do not at this point. I was gonna say, I've eaten plenty of like squirrel, stuff like that. My brother's really big into hunting, so well, more or less as far as cooking, like like you probably have heard it on TV shows, I'm a classically French trained chef. Like most of the classes I took in culinary school, or most of the people that go to culinary school, you learn French cooking because it teaches you basically. The reason why they teach you French cooking, at least initially in culinary school, is you learn literally every basic technique, sauce, type of cooking, and, you know, anything that you need to wear. Not to say every other cuisine is derived from French cooking, but if you master French techniques, you literally can cook anything. To where outside of that, the difference is ingredients and like seasonings, but the same basic techniques from making a sauce or cooking a protein is the same across, you know, pretty much all cuisine. But a lot of the stuff that I know, you know, is mainly like European foods, but like I dabble in other stuff as far as cooking. It's just I kind of wing it. Like if I see like a certain type of food or a dish, like I'll make it and just kind of read up on like what that nation's like spices and, you know, type of cuisine is, and I'll just kind of wing it from that, where it might not be perfect, but you know, you give me something and I can kind of not to say make it up make it up along the way, but I can pretty much cook anything. with how, you know, any professional cook, after you learn the basics of, like, you know, should you like dry cook something, braise, boil, whatever, and just the basic techniques, you can pretty much look at anything and figure out how to cook it properly. Alright. It's, I don't want to directly fight this guy. I'm not into capping right now just because I'd rather not sit on the cap and then get reset at the last second. Do need them to engage him, but fortunately for me, he's not pointing my way, and he won't make it. Hello, Gunner. Nice to see you. And Xavier. Nice to see you. Yes, I did play the KV5. It was pretty quick though. Unfortunately, as far as the match went, I kind of pushed and my team wasn't able to get to me. I thought he had armor. How cute. Granted, I don't have any armor either, and I've been playing pretty aggressive, but I've purposely pushed through areas to where they didn't have excellent shots on me. Up until right about now, to where me getting shots on these guys means I'm gonna get hit in return. I was about to say, what's the guy, I was about to say, you can ban him if you'd like. As far as, people who are moderators, I told you guys, like, before, I don't like you to ban people, but if there's ever, like, someone really trolling and, like, actually, like, deserves it, you can actually ban people now, because it's easier for me to where, you know, say it was a mistake, or misunderstanding, what have you. It's a lot easier for me as of a couple weeks ago to go through and unban them, so you can feel free to ban trolls. Yeah, YouTube fixed that problem to where prior to the recent update, as far as that goes, I wasn't able to unban anybody, say if you guys did it and I didn't catch it, unless I had their specific URL to their channel. So I actually have a huge list here, but now they all pop up on my basically the back end on my dashboard here. Hammer him. I say I don't mind if they cap or not. I'm just trying to spare me. Oop. I had no doubts at all that I was gonna kill him. 7 seconds. Ah, you're not making this fun. Why'd you go down? Hello, DJ Bully from Poland. Hello, JM. It's your first name, Fix It Man. But decent match in a Tauren here. Top 2 damage, almost 1,000 damage as well. So close to doubling the HP. Up next is the Object 140. Here. Then we have the 113. Then I have the T44-100, Chrysler, Mutant M6, M44. But no, he's waiting for Ryan. Kind of surprised she's not back though. They must be tonight's in one of the days when she only works 2 days at our restaurant now. She works 3 or 4, I forget. No, 3 at a different one in town. But I guess they're busy because typically she she leaves at 7 from there, unless it's busy. So you know, it's good for her, make money. But in the back of my head, being, you know, the sous chef, I'm like, shit. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go in the restaurant, Hey, no whining. Sorry, I'm being a little bit more strict with him now because he's pushing even outside the stream. He's begging where he knows he's gonna get something anyway. He doesn't need to beg. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm gonna go in. Kitchen's gonna be a mess. I'm gonna have to re-prep everything I prepped today. Because usually the way kitchens work, like today, I prep things like we're gonna use during my shift and tonight for dinner. But on top of that, I prep enough to where when I go in tomorrow, worst case scenario, say someone doesn't show up, I have enough stuff to basically start out my day with and not be in a panic. But if it gets like super busy, then you walk into like nothing. I was about to say, not to say I want to, but can't wait for today on Discord to ban somebody. Discord, when you ban someone off the server, it's like a gif of, if anyone's watched the Thor movies, it's a clip from that with him crashing down the hammer, and it's like the ban hammer. It's kind of funny looking at it. For anyone that has mod powers there, even I don't think that you can ban anybody. I don't think I granted those permissions, but it's pretty funny. I was close to doing it one day for a certain somebody, but that's all fixed now. Certain Packer fan. Say, I really don't want to be up here. I don't like being up here if we don't push. However, kind of stuck. I try to get back here without taking. I might take one shot from the E50M. It's better to go this way. Artie can hit you. However, a lot more difficult for them to push on you if you're all over here. You have a little bit better cover from tanks pulling, and they have to pull around the corner at you. Crap. Fortunately, there we go. Looking too great for our team on this specific flank, but it was very good in the south. But thankfully the 30B pulled back. And the main reason, honestly, like, I just changed the way I fought up here from this side if I'm stuck up here probably like a month ago. Like, I haven't really fought from this area, but in my head I mainly was attacking from this side, and for anyone that has really good memory, I was losing a lot of HP or outright dying pushing on enemies sitting in this location, and it was annoying. Whereas if people were sitting over here, you easily kill them. So in my head, just made a little bit of a note to where better to pull back and play it safe. Granted, I'd prefer to be in like C2, C3 right now, but my team wasn't allowing me to do that. But they're pushing somewhat hard here. I have a Kronwagen coming around. I was a little bit late actually catching him. Fortunately though, he still has 2 shots at least, but heat was a little bit unnecessary from his part. However, him pushing in that tank, not a very good tank to push out by yourself. Your DPM's low, you have an autoloader, accuracy's, not exactly the best, and your armor is not good close up. Fortunately for him, he didn't exactly pick the best tactic there. Not that he was left with too many choices, but Donor, I should be fine here. let's say the 140, he still might be back here, but I have a feeling he ran right back to the base after not seeing him for about a minute. Honestly, sometimes at work I wish I could ban people too, but unfortunately life does not work that way. I guess I could ban someone from coming back to the kitchen if I really wanted to though, but I try not to be a dick at work. The best of my, ability, I try not to, but sometimes you kind of have to be. I'm pretty lenient when it comes to people screwing up though, unless it's an expensive mistake, then it annoys the hell out of me. Or something, not to say completely retarded, but you'd be surprised some of the stuff that happens in a restaurant. Pop. Saw the 263 looking at me, but took a little bit of a chance that he wasn't going to shoot me. Could be able to hit this E4. Most have, not that this is an ultimate challenge, but I could have completed one here if it was strictly off of my damage here. Oh, I won't say I'm the best manager, I am far from it, but I've learned that at least in a restaurant, you can't always, oh no, don't flip our guy, I saved your life, you owe me, even though he still died. I know, he got TK'd by our mouse. Alright. I've learned at least in a restaurant though that you can't always be as strict as you might like to be for someone who screws up. You just kind of have to go with the flow and then deal with it after service or a busy part dies down. Pretty good amount of damage though, 4,200, 4 kills, most amount of experience. Not too much blocked or assist. I'll take it though if it's all damage. Thanks for requesting that. But yeah, like today for example, like I wasn't honestly angry at the guy who did it, but basically plugging in a soup warmer incorrectly, to where plugging too much stuff on one side of an outlet where the breakers are positioned vertically, and they plug two large things in one side instead of splitting it evenly off of two separate breakers, and it tripped like a waffle maker, and we only had one running today because we use two if it's really busy, but typically just one, to where it tripped and we didn't really notice because it was busy, and it screwed up getting a table out as far as a waffle. But I wasn't that angry. It's just fix the problem the best you can, move on. No more waffles for about 20 minutes. So if they buffed to 140, forget the challenge. I was gonna say the changes, honestly the next patch is going to be interesting because the amount of, most tanks are getting buffed, some are getting rebalanced, which might be a nerf, or kind of nothing really changes. It's not a buff or a nerf, but honestly some of the tanks they're changing, it looks like they're buffing a ton of tanks, but specifically tier 8 to 10, and they're not touching mid tiers. It's just, I kind of wish that they would stop changing tanks and figure out what they're going to do at premium rounds, and then readdress all the problems after that, because a lot of the changes they're doing is trying to keep premium rounds in game, and this almost strictly comes from the head of balancing that nobody likes, the Morazer guy. It's probably his decision because the mentality changed when he came in charge. Awesome, they killed the 103B. He's trying to balance with keeping premium rounds in the game as they are, which it's not going to work in the long run. The new tanks they're releasing, a lot of them have weak premium rounds in a way, old ones have unbalanced ones that completely ruin the game. And, you know, they're buffing tanks against premium rounds now from specifically high tiers, mainly tier 9 and 10, but even down to tier 8 and 9.20, to where it just makes it all that more difficult when they eventually have to deal with premium rounds. But yeah. Well, honestly, the Type 59 needs a buff. Like, I'll play it when it gets requested, but it's not exactly a good tank anymore. Even with the preferential matchmaking, its gun handling is just terrible, and more or less that's nail in the coffin for that tank. Unless you spam pure APCR out of it and fight at close range, you're not gonna have a good time in that tank. Trying not to use premium rounds here because I don't technically need them unless I'm hitting them in the turrets, but we really need to get more tanks up here. We have a few fat tanks that are kind of lagging behind, but I'm trying my best to take one for the team per se and stay out here, but I'm gonna have to pull back because they're gonna get shots in my lower plate here. Honestly, if I used heat, I would have had 2 more shots at this point do damage, but here we go. Throw it. I'll give in to the dark side. I'd probably say the M12 just because American SPGs, I like them better as a whole for that line. Thank you for tipping Levi a biscuit, Dana. He will be extremely happy after this battle here. Hello, Benjamin. From the changes of me firing AP and now swapping over to heat, I can pretty much pen any tank I want now. It's just such a huge difference, but what the hell at this point. Might as well just go with it. He's back there whining. Kind of feel bad, but this is the problem with premium rounds. Part of the game, so I don't feel that terrible exploiting it, but IS-7 went from my AP would mostly bounce off of him. I could have a decent shot at penning him with him angled that way right now, but like an E100 turret front, chuck heat at it. It becomes armorless. I'll probably swap back to AP after his next shot. Goodbye, Mr. E100. Sorry for spamming heat at you, but part of the game. If I had heat there, I would have killed him, but yeah, or if you're just getting one, I think the GW is better than M12. However, the line as a whole, I'd go M12 over to GW. Alright, I'll take a waiver that there's nobody over on my right, since there's no Artie. Pretty decent match so far in the 113. I take a shot here, but I'm not too worried about getting shot once or twice by a 140. Mainly that assist damage. Nope. I was trying to track him, but at least I still get spotting since they're too far away. Alright, I assume that they're all in our base. Nope, they are back there. You killed the T-57. That was pretty quick. They kill the M48, please. Throwing heat at me, that's not fair. Take a chance the M48 is a little bit preoccupied now. Ah, missed. That was a bad shot. I aimed too low there. Because who do I think's gonna shoot me first? Obviously not the Leopard 1. Ram! Didn't think I was gonna do any more damage, but this is probably my best match I've ever had in a 113, to be honest. Thank you, Benjamin. I like the latest changes to already poser, which, hallelujah, I got an ace tanker in this finally. Thank you very much for whoever requested this. Everyone's gonna get a little bit of stream currency since I got a ace tanker here. Thank you very much for whoever requested this. Got a steel wall, Confederate, almost 6,000 damage. I was trying my best to get over 6, but I'll take 5,975. 3,000 blocked, 3,494 assists. Not a shabby game. Did need a little bit of heat, but at the same time, you know, it's freaking part of the game. I had a few gold rounds thrown at me, and yeah, I don't feel that bad. But yeah, it's probably, you know, by far my best match in the 113. I haven't been playing it too well, but I do have over a 50% win rate now, at least. It was at like 20 to 30% for a while. But pretty nice match here. My next tank up, I will remember to tip the dog, is the T44 100 here. Let me pop into this real quick, and I need to remember to whip out, clip this out here. But all right, little dog. Hey, you've been whining this whole time. Oh, oh, I didn't see him there. Yeah, you happy? Oh, I didn't see him there for a second. I just kind of ran into him. Whoops, I completely botched that replay. I need to fix that. Alright, there we go. Now I can play. Do you want your toy? I know, I made money at tier 10. That's when you know it's a good match. That was from firing enough AP rounds, and I don't think I missed any heat rounds, which you do more than whatchamajig, about, what is it, like 4, I forget how much damage that gun does, like 440, no, 490, or I don't know. I think it's 440. But typically firing heat, as long as you do damage and the gun does over 400 damage, typically you can net a little bit of credits, as long as you don't miss or bounce. Yeah. My Levi cam review when he's playing here. The one thing with the 113 I've been doing more of is... That was dumb. I've been doing... Sorry, dude. basically playing it a little bit safer earlier on, and definitely always try to set yourself up to where your lower plate's not exposed, even if it means missing some shots. You know, you're better off not dead, basically, because if your lower plate's exposed, especially early on, you can guarantee it that the enemy is just going to tear you to shreds, which I am not in the right spot here at all, because my T10 and A2 is not going to push. These guys are too busy shooting that way to notice there's an M103 all the way, you know, he's not too far up here, but he's by himself. Crap. Yeah, I'm dead. So we go from a high match to a low match, but that's World of Tanks. I shouldn't have pushed back out there. Moving along. Sorry whoever requested that but it's what happens sometimes. So we have a Chrysler K here. Even though I think whoever requested that has another tank coming up, which kind of new, but for requests I do want to try to keep it to one per person, just because the stream requests typically fill up in, you know, the first battle, so I'm trying to keep it to one per person. Which, if anybody goes to the chatbot shop, there's one available. It's called Ace Tanker Biscuits. If you purchase that, everybody in chat gets 100 Levi biscuits. Ryan's not home yet, so she's still at work. Must be busy. They have live music, or we have live music. Not all nights, but I would say 4 out of 7 nights in the summer. It's just at this point, everybody in town does live music every day, to where it's not exactly a return on your investment most days. So we pick and choose now. More or less. Today's basically we have like full bands on Sundays during the summer for Sundays, and it's just probably busy at the bar. Yeah, we're probably at this point, like, currently I think there's like 4 more that Levi has not gotten that are in the dresser behind me that you guys can tip him. We probably are up to, he has like 50 toys maybe. We didn't buy them all. Like, my parents give us some. Like, they have a ton, because they did have 2 dogs. Now, you know, unfortunately they're down to just 1, and she doesn't really like to play with too many toys. She chews apart. Awesome. She chews apart the squeaker and then she's done with them. So Levi gets a lot of hand-me-down toys. Xavier, I would say probably not. I did play it a little bit earlier, and if I don't know why I'm pushing here. Even though at this point, yeah, this is another match like this. I don't know why I pushed out. Unfortunately, the Chrysler K match sucked too. Yay. On to the mutant here. That's what I get for playing a little bit too aggressive, but I closed requests quite some time ago. I'm probably just gonna do a grind or 2 at the end, but I did play it a little bit earlier to Strev. It's just usually towards the end of the streams I do a grind or 2, but if I have time I might try. Hello, Hunter. Nice to see you. Hello, Tig. Thanks for tipping Levi Graham. Dry country? Honestly, if you're talking about alcohol, I don't drink at all. But as far as Cape May goes, biscuits everywhere. There's only basically a liquor license in Cape May costs, I think at this point it's like $300,000 to $500,000 for. There's only a certain amount the way Cape May has a law. Like a lot of shore towns around in South Jersey. It's not like the Jersey Shore you expect. Basically, either they're dry or there's liquor license where it's, you know, heavily regulated. There's only a certain amount. We have one, but damn, if like there's ever like a restaurant or a business up for sale, people like are fighting over it. Not even for the business, just to get the liquor license attached to it in Cape May. Ah, something's biting me. Nothing's probably biting me. I guess I had like an itch. Yeah, it's expensive. But I'd say the amount of places in Cape May itself that have a liquor license is probably like a dozen restaurants slash say like liquor stores that are either attached to a restaurant, hotel, what have you. Well, Ryan would waitress if she couldn't bartend. Mutant versus mutant, and he's on the better side for... Fortunately for me. Oh, that little bugger. He's using APCR and untracked, and this is going to be another crappy match, honestly. I did not mean to stop everybody. I was going to throw APCR back at him because he's being a little antsy on the APCR starting out with it. But thank you, T-34. Be nice if one of my teammates would help out and just let me get back to where I can reposition. But I just keep getting tracked and tracked and tracked, and nobody wants to help me here. Gotta love it. I'm really annoyed at that because look, we have 4 tanks that were around me. And yeah, I'm honestly, not to sound like a dick, I'm not even gonna tell them that they should shoot under the gun for the M6. Yeah. I'm gonna play the M44, but at this point, not to say, you know, I don't want to do any more requests after this. I'm gonna play some tanks that I want to finish the stream with. Just because the last few matches have been pretty crappy. But the stream definitely has to end at 9. I have a few things I need to do. And since Ryan's not here, I have to catch up on a couple things I need to get done. I've seen plenty of people play TOG 2. And myself is in that group. Let's say there's a lot of breweries and distilleries popping up here. It's like the trend. Honestly, I don't think a lot of them are going to last more than a few years. The trend around my area, not in Cape May itself, but like Cape May County, breweries slash distilleries and freaking escape rooms. Ugh, we've had like 4 pop up just this year all at once. All different people too, not even like the same person popping up 4. Yeah. I'm trying my best, Lobobo. Hopefully I'm accomplishing that goal. Honestly, it feels like there's a mosquito living under my desk right now. Maybe Levi's down there tickling me or something. Hello, Fabio. How much have I spent? No clue. Over $1,000 though, but technically, like I've said it before, since I have a website and make videos, not to say I haven't spent any money, but I've made that back from just advertisements on my website. I wouldn't have spent this much money on a game if I didn't have a website and videos to kind of support it. and awesome viewers as well. Granted, honestly, like I always appreciate the tips. Most of the, you know, depending on how much you guys tip, I look at that to where how can I make the stream better, and you know, like incorporate, say, like the cooking stream down the road. That helps open up those possibilities. Like I still make advertisement money off of like WoT Guru. It's not a ton since I don't pump out articles anymore on a frequent basis, but that's just because the game changes too quickly for me to warrant writing something that's going to change in the next month or so. But that was a poorly thought out comment. As far as I didn't even like explain fully my thought, but I'm just gonna leave it there because I could rant on, or not rant, but you know what I mean. I'm failing here already right now, but hopefully my team gets a couple spots for me. But yeah, as far as spending money on the game, short thing is spent a lot of money on it, but honestly, you know, I've played the game since 2011, and if I didn't play World of Tanks, I'd be, before this, you know, I bought a game like once a month, played it, beat it, moved on. Where World of Tanks has held my interest since 2011. Couple breaks in between, but there's nothing wrong with spending money on something that you like. Escape rooms, yeah. You know, like, you know, you pay to basically be locked in a room and you have to figure out like a riddle, or, you know, basically escape from like a scenario. That's kind of what are popping up all over the place. I think it's, you know, I could see one popping up. It might be fun. I don't think I'll ever go do it, but like we literally have had 4 pop up, and it's a little like excessive to where our population, you know, it's really high in the summer, almost non-existent in the winter. There's no way that they can make enough money to stay open, in my opinion, with, say, renting a space and, you know, what they charge. Because we technically only have like a 4 or 5 month season here in Cape May. Yeah, like World of Tanks, like it's not, say, the most expensive free-to-play game. It's not the cheapest, but like honestly, like I don't drink, don't party, I don't spend too much money on, say, like frivolous stuff. I don't mind spending a little bit of money on a game that I like. At this point though, you know, since I have a ton of tanks and whatnot, you know, I like, not to say I like grinding tanks, but prior to having a ton of tanks, I tended to free XP a little bit more than I do now, to where, you know, I try to keep it in check by grinding out tanks. After I fully kit them out, I grind out the rest of the experience. I don't free experience that anymore. Yeah, actually, my best match in this, surprise, surprise. I actually ground through this well before mastery badges were a thing, so that's why that's a little bit surprising if you look at the amount of battles I have in this. Even though I'm actually curious. Statistics. No, I only have 16 battles. I actually ground through the SPG line before the M44 was actually an SPG. Fun little tidbit. Alright, let me hop into, I'd like to get into a T49. No, I wouldn't say it's a millennial thing. Like I've seen it, like, not to, nah. I don't think it's a millennial thing. It's like a, honestly, the people that I've heard and like seen that I know have went to it. You know, it's like families and like groups of people, like say from work or something, or yes, Xavier. I tend to do that like maybe twice a year, just enough to buy modules on stock tanks. But essentially, like Kate May here, from what I saw from the rooms, like you basically enter like a scenario, like a room to where, say there's like a bunch of clues as to, you know, why this person's like dead in the room and you're locked in it, and you have to figure out like what happened, how to find the key, and there's like clues or like something, and then you enter another room from that, and you know, so on and so forth until you make your way out. And basically you're like trying to get the shortest amount of time to escape it compared to everybody else, and you know, before a certain time limit as well. Kind of hoping that he would stay angled, but if I can bully him enough, he'll probably blow his repair kit. And now I'll start missing now that I'm throwing heat. He's still not angled enough for me to pen him. This guy's a little bit easier to pen though. You know, JPZ 100 taking a bunch of shots. It's just drive right out there. What's the worst that could happen? Oopsie daisy. Screw you, AMX. Why'd you spot me? Hello, No Pass. And Mojo and Chuck. Honestly though, my team is not set up very good. I can't push the south, obviously, but at this point I think my best bet is to kind of stick here and see if I can potentially push through the center, but that's going to be honestly impossible because we don't have anyone in the south. I can't push the north. I'll get torn to shreds. My TDs won't move up in the back. Raging clue right now. I know what that's from. Missed. They're all pushing far south, which I am not surprised that they're doing that. I don't have anybody down there to stop them, so... hide behind the bushes here. Now I gotta respot them. Guys, pull the IS-3 please. That hurt. Moved up a little bit too soon. This 1390's got me. Or not. I was on a very, very slippery slope there. As to whether or not I was going back too far. But this is what happens when your team does not push any flank. And you're in a light tank. This has happened to me, I think, twice. Nothing that you can do on a map like this to where your team doesn't push a flank, you can't push against heavies and TDs, so you're just kind of screwed. But anyway, let's see. I technically grinding the RU-251, but Actually, let me just play a couple tanks that I might not have played in a while. Let me hop into a T-57, since I probably have this match and then one more. Be a little bit of a mistake drinking coffee at 9 o'clock, since I go to bed at 10, but I just know I have a bunch of chores to catch up on. Be nice so Ryan doesn't have to do them when she gets home. Obviously she is fairly busy. But for whatever reason my phone is my phone says the frickin' SIM card popped out. Awesome. No whining, little bud. Oh lord. Where do I actually want to head? Honestly, my phone, it's not that old. I have Xperia Z3, I think it is. But it's getting a little bit beat up from being in the kitchen, and yeah, I'm not exactly the most laid-back type of person. I do a lot of stuff, and I might have dropped it a few too many times. Alright, so their team did not push. I was kind of hoping that we'd get a couple of them to come out. I was playing it a little bit safe in the beginning because honestly I don't know. I know I'm not heading in a T-57. Doesn't have a ton of armor to the other flank. Yay, my phone works again. Awesome. Ryan's probably like texting me frantically. Well, also that. Our scouts never scouted anything. I have no idea. Honestly, these guys up here, like, I think they think it's encounter mode, to be honest. I've just learned with the T-57, not to say waste the first minute, but I just kind of dink around until my team sets up shots for me. Oof, that hurt a little bit. Okay, I might as well start reloading. I don't think he's gonna pop back up. Just got whacked, so definitely shouldn't pop back up here. But yeah, I would assume that these guys still back there think it's encounter mode. Enemy is not going to push out. We kind of have to go after him. E95's a problem, but I should be able to pen his side. It's just I'm really exposed. There's a text message. Fortunately, I can't read it. Tanking too important. No. I think she's stopping see her brother before she gets home. Honestly, I'm so freaking itchy tonight since, you know, right before the stream I was out picking blackberries. I got torn up by a ton of gnats. Not a good spot. Do not try this. I'm glad I could help you out, Benjamin. Work phone. Sorry guys, I typically don't read text, but I just needed to read her message in case she was asking me a question. I pretty much just eat them. I haven't made anything with them. Ryan will probably make a cheesecake with them, but more or less I just eat them, you know, whole. The most I think I'll probably end up doing with them is, with the amount we have, I might cook them down a little bit and make just a, not like a sauce with nothing in it, like a chunky, not jam, but something that lasts a little bit longer than just, you know, whole blackberries. But I'm gonna freeze a bunch. Essentially, take like, if you, like, I think in restaurant terms as far as like containers, but say you have like a milk jug, you know, gallon milk jug. I probably picked that amount today, and I have about 4 or 5 more of them to pick in the next 2 days, since they all pretty much ripen at the same time. I could have shot the T95, but it was already in my head to reload. Whoopsie daisy. Not a good decision. Yeah, I keep pushing on forward. Mulberries, I've had them, yes. I don't have them in my yard though. I kind of wish I could. I just got ammo racked. Can't have them in my yard. I just don't have a spot big enough for a mulberry tree since they get pretty large. I have contemplated planting one and putting it out in the field near my house though. Just because it's not this, it sounds bad that I'd plant something. It's essentially open space here in Cape May where it will never get developed, but they do, you know, they do farm. It's a field essentially. They do farm on it every like 3 or 4 years and then leave it and let it grow back for, you know, in between, and then plant something again. But it doesn't have a ton of diversity essentially. Not to say it's a bunch of weeds, but more or less it's just, they throw down, I think, just wildflowers and also let weeds grow. I got him. Struggling. There we go. I knew I could hit something from this spot, but if I ever have extra plant, like little clippings or something, I'll kind of throw them out there, as long as they're like native to our area. I don't want to plant anything that's not supposed to be there. Like we planted, granted this was for Arbor Day, basically West Cape May, the government got like a ton of free trees and nobody picked them up, like little saplings. We didn't need them, but we took a bunch of them before they basically shriveled up and died sitting in the mayor's office. We took a bunch of them and planted them. It's like, what the hell, like, might as well give them a chance. So that looks like I cheated there, but sometimes backing and rocking your tank can get your shot to go a little bit further down than you'd think. Hello, Sasuke. Yeah, my dad, honestly, they had blackberries and mulberries in their backyard actually, but their neighbor, unfortunately, their landscaper, decided one day that all of those bushes that look like weeds, and you know, the mulberry tree wasn't gigantic, they chopped them all down without asking them. It's like legitimate trees and giant bushes. And yeah, that's annoying. Someone's beeping. It's not Ryan, but pretty decent match though. For honestly, I felt like I was pretty useless. Somehow I did the most amount of damage on my team. It happens. I'll fit in one more match here in the tank. You know, I haven't played tonight. Alright, I haven't exactly played in a while. I haven't played something like a... Why don't I hop into... The 121 actually just got buffed. It got -5 degrees of gun depression. I'll play this. And I forgot to mention when I was playing the 113, it actually got more gun depression over the sides. That actually is a really big plus now. But I didn't even honestly notice it, but I was abusing it on Malinowka fighting on the hill. Yeah, I didn't even notice I was at the time. Game of Thrones, I know, Labobo. Fortunately for me, like, I don't watch it unless Ryan's here, but I have HBO. I just do HBO, what is it, HBO Now, to where I don't have to record anything. I just pop on the app on my TV and watch whatever. Trying to save some money where we only get it while Game of Thrones is on, and we watch all the other shows during that time. Just say raspberry, yeah. Honestly, we use it a lot in the restaurant to where we get it essentially, instead of having to cook them down ourselves. The freaking sauce is expensive. It's a black and red raspberry. It's not even like a, say, a jam, but it's essentially just them cooked down to where it's almost like solid at room temperature, but it's just so good. We mix it into quite a few things, but literally all it is raspberries, and they have a very small amount of sugar and citric acid in it, just to keep it fine in the jar. Will I catch the LTTB? Thank you very much, Dana, for the oh my god. For the tip. That hurt from the E100. Yeah. Why did I push out that far? I do not know. I'm honestly going to push back because my team is not going to push to town. I was stupid and pushed out there. I should have rounded the corner a little bit differently. Yeah, there's a bunch of different raspberries. There's black, there's golden ones. I think there's one more. There's one more. But we have a bunch of raspberries in the backyard. They're just, regular red raspberries though. Honestly, someone who works at a restaurant, he was telling me how there's this place, there's a bunch of trails where there's a bunch of golden raspberries back there, and Ryan thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, I want to go take some of them, not like kill them, but like dig up a little plant and bring it home, because raspberries spread like weeds. I missed them. That's kind of how I am though. Like, if there's something growing wild, I won't, I'm not going to destroy it, but I'll bring a little bit home and expand it in my gardens. A lot easier, buying stuff. Plus, it's not to say fake or not fake, but it's real. Raspberries? No. I know they're actually a thing, but well, yeah, the 121 does take a lot of module damage. Honestly, the gun depression, I haven't been able to use it on this map, but just you can't really see it because I'm on a flat area, but it feels better just even on flat areas too. Like before, like I can point down right here, you'd be pointing down up here, which doesn't seem like a lot, but It's a pretty big difference dealing with -3 and -5 degrees of gun depression. Yeah. Luckily, you know, the raspberries we have, like honestly, the thorns on them, like the little pricklies, they don't even faze me. Granted, my hands are pretty, excuse me, not let's say dead, but like, you know, working in the kitchen, my hands are pretty much like immune to most things. Oh. I don't know how I hit him. Which this is my last match. I'm gonna start, instead of chasing after these, I'm gonna start a raffle. It's gonna last for 3 minutes. Pop him. I'm still keeping an eye on the game. Winner gets 500 Levi biscuits. Start that here. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you very much for the tips as well. I'll remember, it's like Dana, your last tip, I'll update the goal and everything after this. Fortunately, Rick is not here to one up you there, though. But decent match to end. Honestly, the IS-7 did a very good job. Somehow, like this, I didn't even feel like I did that much, and I got 3,200 damage. And yeah, these past 2 matches have been pretty easy as far as that goes. Alright, let's see. Just update goal here. Go. About 1 minute and 50 seconds left here. Yeah, there's no vote for dinner. Ryan, she's not going to be home until it seems like 10-ish, so probably stuck eating. I don't even know what I have. I'll probably eat blackberries. Levi will be begging me too. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. My next stream is going to be tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Start time. I'll probably go till 10:30, maybe 11. We'll see exactly as far as how long the stream goes, but you never know what will change as far as how long I can go tomorrow. But I will be platooning at least until 9 p.m. After that, I'll pop over to just solo. And then my, you know, one early stream for anyone who's up late here is still going to be Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, as far as the winter here, as far as the winter here, and sometimes when Fussbot updates, some things break, so I hope the raffles gonna work. But a pretty fun stream here. I got an ace tanker finally. You know, I try to get one per stream, and I was kind of failing for quite some time to get any of them, but starting to get kind of back in the thick of things here. Now that 4th of July has passed, work levels out here and is steady for me. I'm glad I got you addicted to World of Tanks again, Tig. The winner of the raffle is Azul. So congratulations, Azul. SpaghettiOs, I've done that before. I know I'm a chef, but honestly, you'd be surprised chefs, cooks, what they eat at home, because nobody likes doing their job at home. So, when you're, you know, at the busy season. But anyway, thanks again, guys, for watching. Congratulations, Azul. Thank you very much for the tips, and also for the few subscriptions tonight for those who subscribed. Thanks again. I'll see some of you tomorrow. Have a very nice day. Or night, wherever you are. Day, night, morning. See you guys.